Get the hell out of the way.
So this video here. Well, by the way, what's up, YouTube?
Get
This
the
video
hell
here
out of the way.
is going to be about real life versus the internet.
Real life.
Facts versus opinions. What really happens versus what they say happens. So
Remember, you said real life. This ain't no movie. We ain't acting. We ain't on no set. We ain't pretending to run over somebody.
We hear narratives about domestic violence. We hear narratives about stuff like that. And these type of video, there's hundreds on the internet of both sides committing atrocities, whether small or big. This is a brother who was just minding his business on the side of the street.
Hold on, we don't know what he was doing. we just starting where the video is rolling.
But now, on a serious note, this dude. Well, I'm gonna show the video to start with, and we can give our opinion next.
Oh my gosh, this bitch going to fuck off. He cracking up.
You could tell he like, you ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it.
And she gonna do it too.
Now hold on, how you supposed to get out of the way if she drove onto the sidewalk?
He could have got out of the way, dude. You know what? He didn't have to stand there. He could have left. And she laughing. It's not funny.
It's funny to them.
Yo.
And he laughing like it's funny.
No, the man is wincing. He in pain. He got his knees drove over, but
now she can't breathe.
Oh my fucking god. Yo. Oh my fucking god.
real life versus opinions.
Now, that was not funny at all. The person recording this is not funny because if this was a man in that vehicle and he ran over that woman, she would have been
she would call the cops.
She would have called the cops.
She would say he just ran that woman over. She would have called the cops.
This is domestic violence.
This is domestic. I'm pretty sure he know her, obviously. More than likely, that's his
More
girl.
than likely, that's his baby mama.
Yeah.
He messing around with another girl. She done
now, hold
found
on.
out.
We're not going to put assumptions on the brother. They got into a dispute.
What made her
They got
so,
into a dispute.
Dude, what is the one thing?
We're not assuming.
No.
They got into a dispute. That's all
What
we
is
need to
the one
know.
thing that's gonna make her just irate?
Anything. She could be irate that he hung out with his friends. She could be irate
To
that
run him over?
Travis, you acting like we ain't seen this before.
I haven't seen this before. I haven't seen nobody get ran over. Have you?
You were in shelter. We saw stuff. Well, hold on. I don't mean we saw somebody get ran over.
Okay, then.
I'm talking about the anger, the arguments over stuff that had nothing to do with the dude cheating. But yeah.
Oh, I said that she ran him over because of cheating.
It's not about why. Okay. But if this was the opposite, obviously it would have been way more talk about, oh my God.
She would have been recording this for evidence.
We would have saw protect black women. Well,
No, protect black women.
I just said that.
You said protect women.
I said protect black women.
Okay.
We would have saw protect black women all over social media. Proof. This would be proof that the black man is just such a menace to his community. He just running a black woman over. That's what we would have saw.
Like he running up, just beating these Asian women, Asian people's asses. He doing the same thing to us. We gotta come together.
Yeah. What was it? We gotta stand as women against black men. But yeah, I just found it crazy how when this video came out, nobody generalized anyone. It was her and him.
Yeah.
No one said, "Oh, black women do." Nobody started generalizing the actions of this one woman towards the demographic that she now represented.
I will say on the internet, I have seen black women do this type of things where they try to run over black men. I've seen this a couple of times.
Well, we know that video where a woman did run over the dude. I don't know if she killed him. I think he lived, and she She got arrested, and then she beat him with a bumper afterwards, and people just stood and watched and recorded. That was nasty.
She was
video.
she was literally the dude kneeling on George Floyd.
That was nasty. It was surprising to me that people just recorded. No one said, "Yo, get her out of here, hold her, let the cops come." That was nasty. But what we want to show from that video is obviously the double standard and the reaction between domestic violence or violence between genders when the other is doing it and not the expected. Then I want to show this. So we're gonna start moving towards the TikTok, and we already the Gen Z.
Terrible.
Travis was very disappointed with Gen Z.
I ain't disappointed. I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah, you do. Just like the boomers were disappointed with millennials.
It was a difference, though.
It's not a difference. Every generation thinks the next generation is the end of the world. Every generation.
But we at the end.
But
we live in the last days.
Is it because of the youth or the elders that this is the end? What's more of a sign that it's the end?
It's the youth.
You sure?
Yes.
The mindset of the elder isn't clearly making the youth?
Hold on.
Why do most of the youth have the opinions and the thoughts they have? Wasn't they given that by their parents?
I don't believe so.
Who they learning from?
Wait a minute. So hold on. You're saying the way they dress?
No, I mean their thought process on a lot of things. Relationships, race, all that.
Are you saying what they're seeing or
what they might be getting taught by their parents?
I don't think so. I think that it's being taught by what they see on these YouTube channels and all these other things.
I agree.
Hearing people talk about relationships, men and women on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's affecting their opinions and views on how they view their people.
Yeah, I think a lot of that happens because on the internet,
you yourself can attest to that.
Yeah. On the internet, a microscope can be put on anything you want to deem a big deal.
That's why we disagree on things, especially like when it comes to that whole sector of the gender wars among black men and black women, because I'm from the earlier millennium where, I wasn't on the internet. I wasn't seeing all this stuff of black women attacking. See, I didn't witness that. That's why my views are a little bit different. They're not too off from yours based on what you see. But see, I didn't grow up on YouTube watching black women disrespect black men or
and the opposite.
Black men giving their comments on black women of how they treat. I didn't see that.
Well, you should go back and watch. But anyway, you see how in that first video, no one was generalized and it was considered an incident between two people. Well, we're going to show this video here. And this Asian girl asked the question. She asked a question that was very interesting, I would say.
Well, she said,
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but can we talk about how men of color and white women are kind of the same?
She said men of color.
So she didn't say black men, but this is intersectionality. That's all this is, what she's talking about.
Especially with their sense of entitlement. Like the same way how white women act all fucking crazy when people who they believe are beneath them don't give them what they want. Black men do the same exact shit. And like how we all know, there is a group of black men in this world that really believe that black women are beneath them and beneath other women. Hence, today at my job, this man walks in and insists that I give him 9 cents out of my pockets because he needs to pay for something. I proceed to tell him no. He proceeds to degrade me, threaten me, and vandalize my store. And when my coworker, a Hispanic female, comes up to him and asks him why he's acting all crazy, he literally switches, turns into the sweetest person, and tries to say that it's my fault. I have literally dealt with shit like this from black men all my life.
See her face, the smirk. Is that her TikTok name, Black Supremacy?
Her nose. I hate when they do that to their nose.
They make their nose look skinnier like that.
It doesn't suit y'all at all. Your nose is supposed to be wide.
I feel like there was a lot of projection right there. I don't think it's a real story, by the way. I'm not saying that type of stuff don't happen, but I don't think it's a real story.
I'm not gonna take away her experience. The story where she said that the Hispanic woman came in and calmed down the black man. Okay. So from his perspective, he views you as his sister, and he's like, if you can't help me out with 9 cents, my own people. Maybe that's how he viewed that in that situation.
I don't know. Or maybe he asked her for the 9 cents and she was like, I ain't giving your broke ass no.
And it could have been the way that you spoke to him, because let's be honest, you as a black woman who said you've been experienced this, you already have a negative view of him as soon as he come up and approach you and ask you for something.
Mm-hmm. And he might have just read it and flipped off like you flipped off.
Because let's be honest, not all of y'all, but some of y'all energy is just funky. I see it, and I'm afraid to come up and say something to you because you just get that glare. Like, I don't know if the glare mean don't come near me, don't look at me, don't touch me, or is it I'm playing hard to get? I mean, we don't know what it is.
But yeah, it's funny how in her incident that she had, she started to generalize. Like, man, she's saying, I've had interactions like this with black men. And then she tried to preface it by saying, we know there's a segment of black men that thinks that black women are beneath them and other races of women. Well, that's made me think, okay, this again.
Well, I'm looking at her and she has a look that look like she may date, be dating white men. She got the lip piercing. She got those different. I know, but she got the type of earrings in her ear. She looked like she is a damn. Let's just be honest. She got that look to her.
I don't know, but I will say she's fully allowed to have her opinion. Yeah. But I just found it funny how only one side gets generalized in these type of situations. Not all. Not both sides.
She said some. She didn't say all black men. She said some. What did at the bottom of the screen it says black supremacy?
That's what I'm saying. Is that her TikTok name?
Or she's talking about black supremacy.
No, that's her ad. That's the tag. That's her ad on TikTok. I don't know if it's hers. Or maybe somebody screen recorded her shit, but yeah. Okay. But now we're gonna move on to the next part of this. A video that's pretty happened a little while ago, but I ran into this video and it reminded me of a situation that happened many years ago that I felt like did nothing to change an opinion or to help the situation at all. This here is a girl named Tracy Barbie. Most of y'all probably know her. She was a girl that was on Catfish. She's known as one of the creepiest characters, craziest characters. And then she went on Dr. Phil.
Meet Tracy Barbie. I love posting crazy things just to get people's reaction. I do what I want to do, and I don't care what people think about me. I would talk about what's going on with my life, what's going on with my body, and the fact that I want to marry a rich white guy. I even posted I wanted to get raped just to get attention. Then I said being raped felt amazing.
And she had a whole bunch of crazy shit she was doing. And this reminded me of a situation that happened with Tommy Sotomayor, but we'll get to that. I'm going to show this video right quick of her getting approached, verbally attacked for things she said about, in particular, black men by a black woman.
If you need a fucking hug, embrace hugging yourself. But stop talking shit to people on TikTok. Stop coming for black men specifically. Because the next time you say that a black man is not a king, the next time you say that a black man is trifling and ratchet, you will see somebody else walk up on you just like I just walked up on you. Madam, you're not a Barbie, you're not a Tracy, you're a black girl. Accept it, embrace it. You got no restriction, pick up. This is the one who walked around saying all black men are ratchet. Remember that somebody could walk up on you that quick, and I'm that bitch. Remember that. Mama, come on. I'm just. If you need a fuck.
So, yeah, she was on her ass. So apparently she says she's another one of these TikTokers when she's on TikTok now, should I say? And it was a Gen Z. Gen Z is crazy.
They the worst.
Yeah, they is crazy.
They are gone.
They say some. I get it.
I don't even fuck with them.
They are young.
Fuck that young shit.
So they say stuff that's insensitive because of their age.
I don't believe so.
And when they get older, a lot of them realize how crazy that was.
I don't believe so.
But man, apparently she's on TikTok, another one of these TikTok black kids that's on the internet talking shit about the opposite gender of their race. It's not just the black girls, it's some black boys that be on there doing that shit too, saying how there's this thing they do where they'll be playing a song in the background and a a girl will pop up of a race, like white girl, Asian girl, black girl, and they'll make faces whether they approve of it or don't. And both genders do this. So it's not just one-sided. So
I think that this generation, because it's so much of a mixing pot, they're around so many other different races of people versus like back in the day, it was mainly black people who hung with black people, white people who were around white people. And it's so mixed up that I think this generation, they're just gone. Ain't no help.
That's not true. I mean,
that's not true?
No, it's not. It's not gone. You know, I remember when the boomers for the last 20 years have been coming at millennials, and now the millennials are coming at Gen Z.
That's not true. When I was in school, it wasn't black people weren't doing that like they are now. That's not true.
What you mean?
Like, I didn't see black women or black men in particular.
That's the internet. I'm talking about in general.
Not even on the internet, were they?
I'm talking about in general when we talking about the generations doing things that we deem they'll never change. They done. It's like, no, they'll get older and they'll realize they did some stupid stuff when they were young. But like what everybody do.
No, the boomers, they called the millennial, they called us lazy.
And what happened? Now the certain businesses, when certain businesses flop that millennials don't use, they blame millennials.
I think it's a difference between somebody calling you lazy and saying we worked hard versus you are just like, you don't even want to be associated with your race. That's two totally different things.
These are little kids. But my point is, I believe she's one of those kids that do that. One of those young people that do that type of stuff. And this black woman approached her aggressively. And just like with Tommy Sotomayor, when he went to that convention with the conscious convention, and he was punched by one of the brothers there because of things he said, I felt like it did nothing but prove his point.
I'm second example. Look how you talking to me and I didn't even know you. But then I can end the conversation. Get that shit. You're right, and I don't know. Go ahead. You're not mad at a dude you don't know about a video. I might be all that, but what? I might be all that, but what, dog? It's not happening here. Grown man come on trying to talk to another man he never met, trying to argue with him.
Yeah, all that extra, all that extra, just go.
He added the just go, grown man, just for no reason. What did I do to pay for him to call me to my face?
Disrespecting black women. Yeah, just go, yeah. You a pussy, yeah. You a pussy.
Y'all feel like whooping my ass.
That's what you do, y'all.
Right now.
Big homie, roll out, yo. Roll out. You say to this nigga, yo, you bring in heat to it, yo. You can't handle it, so you need to leave, yo.
It's time to
go. Yeah, he pretty much do videos calling black men. What do you call them? The black man hood boogers.
Yeah, he said just as much negative stuff about black men, some black men, as he do some black women. But he was punched because the comments he made about, in particular, and the hate he get is in particular what he said about black women. And I feel like when they attacked him, it didn't really do what they could have done. You could have let him get on stage. You could have debated him. You could have told him the way he go about things is.
Would it have changed his mind?
It's not about changing his mind. You put him on the platform. He said what he said. You have your argument. He has his, and you move forward. People who agree with him are always going to agree with him. People who don't won't. Well, there's no reason to punch.
No, there's no
somebody
reason to punch
like
anybody.
This woman here. Her walking up on this young girl. Yes, we all obviously disagree with. I think she's slow. To be honest with you, she says crazy and dumb stuff. But you walking up to her and being aggressive with her, it's not going to make her change her mind. It did nothing that whatever you were out to prove, you really didn't prove it. Now, let me say this, it's appreciated that you have a woman who sees a young girl do that type of thing, which is why I think she stepped to it, because she clearly a woman in her later years. She probably looked at her like, what the hell are you talking about? You talking crazy. You kids, you kids is crazy. But it didn't, I don't really think it did. I don't think the optics were what she thought it would be. Do you agree?
I definitely feel like she could have approached the situation better than what she did. I like the fact that she spoke out and said something to her, but she could have not came up to her and been aggressive. She could have said, you know, why do you feel the way you feel? You know, what happened to you in your childhood? Why do you, you know? But she clearly just is seeking attention. Yeah, that's what she wants.
Just like the younger girl want attention. And once again, it's appreciated that she would come out and feel the same anger, and you know, as someone is speaking that way about the man of her race. But at the same time, I think the same way the man handled it incorrectly with Tommy Sotomayor, she handled it incorrectly with this with this young girl right here. You really done with Gen Z, ain't you?
They terror. It's like I'm just boiling over here. They are the worst of the worst. I'm sorry, y'all the worst of the worst.
That's not true.
That it is true.
Every generation says that about a new generation.
No, they don't, dude.
Yeah, they do. Literally.
Boomers just called millennials lazy.
No, they
said,
didn't.
What
they said millennials destroy businesses. They said that they have bad money, man. They said all kind of stuff about them. The music they attacked them for the music they listen to, the entertainment.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah, I know. So, they attacked them for the music they listen to and everything.
Dude, that's it's different levels to stuff though. It's like they are completely gone. There's different levels to stuff.
What are they doing that's so gone? I don't understand. These are 16, 17-year-old, 15-year-olds.
What 16 to 17-year-olds do you know that was just blatantly right out saying they don't date people within their own race?
People been saying that shit forever.
Like they do now?
It's just the internet exists. It's you know what surprises me is there's over 300 million people in this country. And people are surprised when you put all those people on the internet that there's a segment that says stuff that you think is crazy. Yes, there's people out of 300 million, you might got 5 million people that say something crazy, but it's only a small segment of the country. I don't know why people are surprised that people go on the internet and find people that think like them, and you start thinking that it's this big group of people that's saying this. No, it's a small group that just so happened to just found each other on the internet. Every generation constantly say the next generation is worse. And it's not. It's the same thing. The difference is you have the internet now. So all this stuff is on the internet, attention seeking, people looking for clout. And when you're 16 years old, you don't care if the clout you get is negative or positive. You don't.
That's not true. Not all 16-year-olds think that way. You do have mature 16-year-olds.
The average 16-year-old don't give a damn. On the internet, the average 16-year-old not caring about the clout he get unless he get clout. He don't care if it's negative or positive, or she don't care if it's negative or positive. She's just looking for attention. He just looking for attention. It's not until he get older and start to view things differently, or she get older and they say that was real stupid.
That's not true. Tommy Sotomayor, he's pretty old, and I'm sure he's had the same views that he's had. To me, he hasn't changed. He's the same. I can't say I watch his content religiously, but to me, his content is the same.
He's definitely not as extreme as he was at one point. To me,
that nigga's still the same. That's why he got popped when he came to that damn convention. Do I agree with it? No.
That's my point.
I don't think they should have never invited him there. They invited him there to whoop his ass. That was the whole sole intent of them inviting him there.
The same thing with Tariq Nasheed when he helped set him up with
DJ Vlad,
who helped set him up. It's like, Tariq, that didn't work out.
Yeah,
you like you were trying to press him, but at the same time, it's like he come to do an interview and you walking up to him. It was funny, and him the Coon Award, but then it went to threatening.
Which I don't know how Tariq. How you gonna give Tommy somebody? How you gonna give him the Coon Award? You done said some outlandish things about black women yourself. So how you gonna give him the Coon Award?
But yeah, I just think the older woman. Obviously, what her thinking is, I think, in the right spot. But I think she went about this incorrectly, the same way those dudes went about it incorrectly with Tommy Sotomayor. But anyway, man, that's our opinion on that. That's a little quick video we're gonna do. All praise to the Most High. Peace.